I'm Maureen Folan, the queen of Queens real estate. And if you've been watching the headlines, you've probably seen the same story. Home sales are down. Fewer transactions closing all across Queens, all across Long Island, and all across the country. And every time that headline runs, I get the same phone call from sellers. Maureen, does this mean my house is worth less? The answer is no. Fewer sales does not mean falling prices. It means something very different. And if you don't understand the difference, you'll make a $50,000 to $100,000 mistake when you list your home for sale. So stay with me, because today I'm breaking down exactly what's happening in this market while sales volume is down but prices are holding. And the one thing sellers absolutely cannot get wrong right now: pricing. What's actually happening in the market? Let's start with what the data is actually telling us, not what the headlines want you to think it's telling us. Sales volume is down. That's real. Fewer homes are trading hands this year compared to 2 or 3 years ago. But here's what most people miss. Fewer sales is a symptom of affordability pressure, not a symptom of declining demand or declining value. Right now, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is sitting around 6.5%. Federal Reserve has held its benchmark rate steady for 3.5% to 3.75% range for months now. And most economists do not expect to cut in the immediate near future. That means the waited out and the rates will drop strategy that some buyers have been banking on has not paid off, and it's kept a segment of the buyers on the sidelines. But here's the part that matters to you as a seller. The buyers who are out there right now are serious. They're pre-approved, they understand what a payment at 6.5% looks like, and they've already decided they can live with it. These are not tire kickers. Fewer buyers, yes, but more qualified ones. So when I say fewer sales does not mean falling prices, this is why. The buyer pool has thinned out at the bottom. The browsers, the maybe next year crowd, but the serious buyers left in the market are still competing for well-priced homes. Inventory hasn't exploded. Demand for the right house at the right price has not disappeared. What's disappeared is patience for a house that's priced wrong or overpriced. Hey, I wanted to share something for free. I prepared a home seller preparation checklist for residents of Queens and Long Island. This guide will give you everything you need to know about preparing your home for sale. So if you click on the link below in the comments, you'll download your own copy for free. Or if you visit maureenfolan.com, you'll be able to get your seller checklist there. So thank you so much, and let's get back to it. And why this feels scary to sellers. I want to talk directly to sellers for a minute because I know what you're feeling. You've watched your home's value climb for years. You've heard your neighbor's house sold for a number that felt like the ceiling. And now you're hearing sales are down and your gut reaction is to panic. I need to price low to get out before it gets worse. Stop right there. That's instinct, and understandable as it is, it's exactly backwards, and it's costing sellers real money. Here's what actually happens in a market like this one. When a house comes on priced correctly, meaning priced to what today's buyer at today's 6.5% rate can actually justify paying, that house still moves. I'm seeing well-priced listings in Bayside, Flushing, Fresh Meadows, and Whitestone go under contract in days, sometimes with multiple bids. But when a house comes on overpriced, priced for last year's market or priced based on what the seller needs to get rather than what the market will bear, that house sits. And sitting is the single most expensive real estate mistake right now. Every week a home sits on the market, buyers think, what's wrong with it? Your house stops being new and exciting and starts being the listing that everyone's already seen and passed on. Then you're forced into a price reduction, which signals weakness, which invites lowball offers, which means you net less than if you priced it right from day one. Fewer sales isn't the enemy. A wrong price is the enemy. Priced right versus priced wrong. Let me show you what I'm seeing across my own listings and all across the OneKey MLS data this year, because the pattern is consistent and it's not subtle. Homes priced within 2 to 3% of the true market value, meaning what a certified CMA, not a Zestimate, not a gut feeling, not what your neighbor sold for 3 years ago, but an actual CMA says the home is worth, are averaging under 3 weeks on the market. Some go under contract within the first week. Homes that are priced more than 5% over market value are sitting on average 2 to 3 times longer. And here's the kicker. When they do finally sell, they're selling for less after negotiation than if they price correctly from the start. I've watched this happen on listings I've taken over after another agent's overpriced attempt failed. The seller ends up net negative compared to where they could have landed with the right number right out of the gate. Why? Because in a market where buyers have few options, they're willing to act on. And when every buyer is running the math on a 6.5% payment, they are laser focused on value. They know what similar homes have sold for. They're pulling comps on their phone in your driveway even before they walk in. If your price doesn't match what they've already seen sell nearby, they don't negotiate. They just leave and go look at the next listing. Or worse yet, they won't even come in to take a look at your house. This is completely different from 2021 or 2022 when almost any price got multiple offers because there simply wasn't enough homes for the number of buyers. That market forgave overpricing. This market does not. What pricing right actually means. So let's get practical. What does pricing right actually look like in today's market? First, your price has to be grounded in closed sales from the last 60 to 90 days, not 6 months ago, and definitely not from the peak of the market. Markets move fast right now, and a comp from last fall may no longer be relevant. Second, you have to price for the buyer's real cost of ownership, not just the sale price. At 6.5%, a buyer's monthly payment on a $700,000 home is meaningfully higher than it was 2 years ago at a lower rate. Buyers are shopping with a monthly payment ceiling in mind, and if your price pushes past that ceiling, it doesn't matter how nice your kitchen is. Number 3, forget what you need to net. I know that's hard to hear. I know you may have plans for that money, a down payment on the next house, retirement, travel, whatever it is, but the market does not care what you need. Financing at today's rates is willing to pay for your specific home in a specific condition on a specific block. Anchoring your list price to your needs instead of the market's reality is the single most common mistake I see sellers make, and it's the most expensive one. Number 4, strategic pricing beats aspirational pricing. I'd rather price a home slightly under perceived market value to create urgency and competition among serious buyers than price it high and hope that someone falls in love enough to overpay. In this market, the hope strategy fails far more often than it succeeds. So what this means for buyers too. Now, if you're a buyer watching this, here's what this market means for you. Fewer sales, serious buyer pool, rates around 6.5%. This is actually a moment where a prepared buyer has leverage that they haven't had in years. Well-priced homes are still moving fast, so you need to be ready. Pre-approved, not just pre-qualified, and ready to move within days of a showing if the house is right. But overpriced homes, and there are plenty of them sitting right now because sellers haven't adjusted to this new reality, those are your opportunity. A home that's been sitting for 60, 90, 100 days has a motivated seller behind it, whether they've admitted it to themselves or not. That's where negotiating room lives right now. My advice to buyers, don't chase the multiple offer listings if you don't have to. Look at what's been sitting on the market. Ask your agent to pull the days on market and price history. There's a real opportunity in homes that everyone has been scrolling past. Here's what I'm telling my own sellers right now. Here's exactly what I'm telling every seller that I'm working with this summer. We are going to price this home based on real, current, closed data. Not hope, not last year, not what your neighbor claims they turned down. We are going to price it so that qualified buyer at today's 6.5% rate looks at the number and thinks that's fair, not that's a stretch. We're going to get it right from the first time, because in this market, a price reduction after 30 days in the market costs you far more than pricing correctly from day one would have. Buyers remember, buyers watch, and a stale listing with a price cut is a red flag, not a bargain. Fewer sales is not a signal to panic, it's a signal to be precise. The sellers who win in this market in the second half of 2026 are the ones who price with discipline, not emotion. So if you're thinking about selling this year, I'd rather give you the real number upfront than the flattering number that gets your listing stuck on the market. That's not how I've built 25 plus years and over 1,600 home sales and close to 1,000 5-star reviews from previous clients. Drop a comment and tell me what neighborhood you're in. I read every one, and I'll tell you honestly what I'm seeing on your block right now. And if you want an actual current comparative market analysis on your home, the link's in the description. No pressure, no games, just the real number. I'm Maureen Folan, the Queen of Queens Real Estate. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.